So we are in aspect 5 of Desjardins chapter 9, his discussion of ethics of advertisement. We are going to examine the problem of target marketing, and we're going to define what ethical marketing is. It's one that respects autonomy. That is to say, appeals to independently existing desires and does not take advantage of vulnerability, the very opposite of target marketing. So, target marketing advertises to specific groups based on their specific needs and desires. It could be according to age, gender, occupation, etc., and any combination thereof. So long as autonomy of consumers is respected, the marketing is ethical. If marketing aims to bypass autonomy of consumers by persuasion that appeals to irrational and strong desires, insecurities, etc., then it is not ethical. Autonomy here means making decisions for oneself in a loose Kantian sense. But we can talk about target marketing that is morally acceptable. It is based on considered judgments. If marketing appeals to pre-existent and considered desires, then it is ethical. For example, a new economy car may be advertised to a young female professional starting out in the big city, as she is likely to want to get out of the city on weekends now and again. An ad depicting young people who look like her enjoying themselves in a car out in a rural setting or nature would seem appropriate and ethical. Here, the new desires are not created, but the already existent, independently of advertisement existing desires, are appealed to. On the other hand, if marketing aims to take advantage of the vulnerabilities of persons, then it is not ethical. The example here is selling emergency aid calling devices to elderly persons who live alone. Advertisements showing the elderly falling and unable to call for help, other than by pressing a button on the device around their neck, are taking advantage and amplifying the fears and anxieties of these elderly. Desjardins argues that the ads should be more on the informative side rather than on pressing people's buttons manipulation side. Desjardins is implying that the above ad for the young female professional is informative rather than manipulative, while the ad for this device for the elderly is much more manipulative than it is informative. Vulnerability here refers to not being a fully competent judge due to activation of one's fears and anxieties or due to lack of knowledge, etc., usually as a result of being vulnerable to some sort of a harm. The elderly, the sick, and the poor come to mind as examples of persons that are vulnerable to harms that they are anxious about. Children come to mind as an example of those who are not competent judges, but not due to vulnerability to some harm. All of this is to say that ethical marketing does not take advantage of vulnerability and respects autonomy of persons.